This is what it looked like earlier in the evening when this storm came through. You can see just how high the water level got here at the Riverview Hotel, and it's pushed all of this debris up to the stairwell. Those days are gone now. The city of Mobile making it way easier to recycle here with these new single stream recycling locations. All you gotta do, throw everything in all at once. And what you're gonna do is you scan and unlock one of the bikes that would be located where you're at. Then you purchase the bike for, again, only $1. You can ride wherever you wanna go. There are 5,425 American flags right here on the school's front lawn. And for each flag, it represents 10 lives that were lost in the Korean War. If your child has on reflective gear like this vest I have, you're going to be able to see them a lot better. They're going to be a lot more visible, especially to people behind the wheel. Because then when you get on a roadway right here, you can see that it is no longer soft, it's hard, and it is ice. Andrea, a much calmer scene out here in Foley than it was just hours ago when that tornado came barreling through this area. The place that received the most damage right here at Anchors Away RV Park, and now the people that are staying here left to pick up the pieces.
It was scary. I cried. I have to admit it. It was scary.
This is the reaction after an EF0 tornado came barreling through Foley this afternoon, causing damage and injuries at Anchors Away RV Park.
So as we got here, we did find several, 5 in particular RVs that were overturned. At that time, we had at least 2 of those RVs with people entrapped that were somewhat mobile but hadn't been able to get their way out. So we immediately tried to prioritize which ones were the most significantly injured.
Peggy Stanton and her husband are visiting from Michigan and says she could feel the tornado come over them.
The rain suddenly turning just totally horizontal, and the wind really picked up, and our camper started to shake. And then I told my husband, I grabbed my dog and I told my husband, let's get down because something is going on.
Stanton says the tornado lasted less than 30 seconds, leaving serious damage to the RV park they've been coming to for 7 years.
Because the camper right across the street from us had flipped over. And then when we started looking around, we realized others were, and people started running because there were people actually trapped in a couple of the campers yet that couldn't get out.
Other businesses in the area also reported minor damages, but Foley officials say the majority of the destruction was to the RV park.
Anything significant, we did get some reports of possible damage in other places of the area, but we verified that there was nothing significant there. So every other damage report, weather related at this point, has been minor.
And we spoke to the manager here at the RV park just moments ago. He says about 80% of the park has power. He says they did have to move some different RVs that were at certain areas that didn't have power. But again, 80% of the tenants here do have power at the RV park. He also says he's very grateful to all of the law enforcement, all the first responders that came out very quickly to help them with this situation. Again, 4 people were injured and taken to area hospitals for treatment. We're told they're non-life-threatening injuries that they sustained from that tornado that came through. But again, tomorrow morning, it'll still be a lot of cleaning up left to do here at Anchors Away RV Park. Something that started out as an end-of-the-year cookout for Baldwin County school bus drivers turned into a training session 4 years ago. And this year is the biggest turnout yet, with more than 220 participants.
This year we'll be doing fire training exercises, smoke on the bus. They will actually be using fire extinguishers, and we're doing down power line training.
Today's training exercise, not only for bus drivers, but educators as well. It includes several hands-on activities, like what to do in situations like this one. We saw firsthand the conditions kids could be faced with in a dangerous situation.
And you couldn't see the bus seats that I was sitting in front of. I mean, you couldn't see the person across from you. It was very quick and very eye-opening.
Beth Ledbetter is a special education paraprofessional and says this training already has her better prepared for next school year.
Not only are you actually going through what could happen, again, you're starting to think about, okay, this could happen, and this training, you're going to remember and be able to save students from something that could be a catastrophe.
Reporting in Baldwin County, Megan Gannon, NBC 15 News.
It's the tree that you think of. When you think of a Christmas tree, this is what you think of.
It's a good looking tree. That's yours right there.
Pathway Church here in Mobile is selling grade A Fraser fir Christmas trees this holiday season.
But this is about more than just buying a tree.
It was just about the giving. It was about the missions.
Buy a tree, change a life. An organization started 6 years ago by Pastor Travis Johnson has now grown to span the United States.
We have sites in 14 states, 34 different sites. We range from South Florida all the way on up into D.C., North Dakota, as far out west as Oregon and Washington State.
The best part about finding your perfect tree through this organization, you give back at the same time, with proceeds from the tree sales going to help children globally and locally here in Mobile.
We help fund the Boys and Girls Club in Sims, Camp Smile with children who have special needs, help serving those families. Aubrey's Army, we do a backpack giveaway. We'll be doing about 1,000 backpacks this year, all filled with supplies for kids here in our community.
Which for the Holyfield family is the best way to start the season of giving.
The buildings, the cars, and the things of this world really don't matter. It's really about the people, And so having a tree in the home, looking at it, doesn't have to be perfect. But just knowing that it went to changing somebody's life, that's what it was really about for us.
Reporting in Mobile, Megan Gannon, NBC 15 News.